Welcome to another episode of Behavioral Echoes, the podcast where we explore the fascinating intersections of personal behavior, psychology, and success. I'm Christopher, your master coach psychologist and business strategist.
And I'm Lisa, your positive psychology enthusiast, certified coach, and change practitioner. Today, we are diving into the topic of building resilience through positive psychology. We all face times when things are not vibing well, and this episode is about how to bounce back. We'll discuss the principles of positive psychology, share practical exercises to foster a positive, active mindset, and explore how these concepts intersect with techniques.
Great introduction to the topic. So, what do you mean when we say resilience as it's applied to people?
Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's to adapt to difficult situations, allowing us to continue to moving forward. Many times, if we don't do that, we focus on the past, what's happened, as opposed to bouncing and moving forward. And positive psychology and other great coaching methods offer principles that can help us build the necessary quality into our everyday feelings and thinking. We'll start with some core principles.
Here are just a couple of the simpler practices, and they can be difficult at times when we're learning them, but when we leave the process turned on after that, it simply becomes a principle that we abide by, and that's the principle of gratitude. That's focusing on what we're thankful for. What that does is it shifts our mindset from worry, pessimism, being fraught, or just plain negativity to something more positive. Another principle is optimism, perhaps something that people take for granted. Now, believing that good things will happen in the future, and even if it's the next 5-10 minutes, often influences our outcomes in a more positive manner.
And that's a great perspective, Chris. In addition to that, there's the ability to focus on our strengths. When we identify and utilize what we're good at, and all of us can find something that we're good at, even if you don't believe that you are, you will. Our strengths help us build confidence and capability, which allow us to tackle challenges much more effectively. And finally, the other component is mindfulness. Being present in the moment can reduce stress and increase our ability to handle adversity that is part of life. In the moment, it is far better than worrying about something that hasn't happened or has happened that you can no longer impact. For example, if you were in a car accident, there's nothing you can do about it. You were already in the accident. Being mindful and moving forward is key as opposed to focusing on what if.
Great points, Lisa. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises that our listeners can try so that they can build a positive mindset.
And one creative exercise is keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, write down maybe 3 things that you were grateful for. And that can shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right.
Another exercise is the best possible self-visualization. This is where you imagine yourself in the future now, having achieved your goals and living your best life. You visualize this in detail, focusing on the positive emotions you feel in that future scenario right now.
And those are good options, Chris. And let's not forget mindfulness meditation. Even a few minutes a day can help center your thoughts and reduce stress. There's apps out there if you're not sure what to do or how to properly meditate, and you can use things like Headspace or Calm, and they're guided meditations to take you through the practice.
When we integrate these positive psychology exercises along with NLP techniques or personal change techniques, it involves using language and behavior to rewire our thought patterns. For instance, we can use affirmations or positive statements about ourselves to reinforce a positive mindset. Combining this with a visualization technique can be really powerful. The idea of anchoring or using mind markers is another NLP technique that can be useful. It involves associating a physical action, like pressing your thumb and middle finger together when you're experiencing a positive emotional state. When you do this consistently, you can actually trigger that positive state whenever you need it.
And let's bring this to life with a story about, call him John. And John was a VP at a large corporation and was unexpectedly laid off. It was a huge blow to his confidence and sense of identity.
That's right. John felt lost and struggled to find his footing. However, he decided to focus on building resilience. He started a gratitude journal, wrote daily affirmations, and practiced mindfulness meditation. He also visualized his best self, and that helped him to stay optimistic.
And using NLP, John anchored his positive states to specific actions. Whenever he felt overwhelmed, he used these anchors to calm and center himself. Within 6 months, these practices helped him stay resilient, keep a positive mindset, and continue applying for jobs.
John's effort paid off. He was hired by another company. And within a few years, that resilience, that positive outlook, and his focus on his strengths led him to become the CEO of that company. Now, his story is a powerful example of how positive psychology and NLP and personal change techniques really help build resilience and can lead to really incredible success.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing John's story. It's really exhilarating and gives that positive vibe, and it's a testament to how powerful these techniques can really be.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, we hope this episode has given you valuable insights and practical tools to build your own resilience through positive psychology, neurolinguistic practices, as well as wisdomful coaching techniques.
Remember, resilience is not just about bouncing back, but also growing through adversity. Until next time, stay positive and resilient.
Thanks for tuning in to Behavioral Echoes. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.